Hi there VC, Steve Whitty here, time for another video. We're coming up to the end of the month, so it's time to do a Culled video. Various records that are going for whatever sorted reasons, the mixture of duplicates, no covers, bad pressings, absolutely knackered, you name it, they're going for one reason or another. So first one up, I found this and I thought I'd take a punt. This is an album without its cover, and this is Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood, and this won the records I'd label under knackered. I thought, I might have picked up something here on the cheap, and so I say it's only a couple of quid, but yeah, missing the cover, and it pops and skips, so that's going. Likewise, without a cover, this is Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. And again, I thought I did pick this up on the premise that it might sound better than the copy I've got, so I could always swap it. But I think the warning sign was that it used to belong to Birmingham Public Libraries, and people used to borrow records from there. Didn't really necessarily treat them the best because they didn't own it. So that's going. Now I've got a couple of records I'm going to show. Well, first one, Pendragon, Fallen Dreams and Angels, and lovely record. Yeah, nice sort of like burgundy with black specks vinyl. However, no cover and no second record. It's a double album, about as much use as a chocolate teapot. So that's going. And again, whatever made me think about picking this up. This is Aphrodite's Child 666 and classic prog. I've got a reissue. This is not an original. It's not a vertical swell. It lacks one thing. Again, a second record. So again, the chocolate teapot syndrome. As much as I probably want to keep the cover, nah, I'll get rid. When I purchased this, you can tell the cover's a bit rough. When I must have purchased it and played it years ago, it must have sounded all right, otherwise it would have gone. I put it on a couple of weeks ago and it just sounded awful. It clicks and pops and it scuffs and whatever, and I just thought, I'm not keeping this. I'll get rid. So 20 mod classics, some Tamla Motown, it's off my radar. It's a great album. If I can find another copy of it, I'll have it. Some classic Motown stuff on here. This is where I question my sanity a little bit. The 1975 Notes on a Conditional Form. They're headlining Glastonbury this week. Why I picked this up, I don't know. It's a double album. The problem is, it's got the two albums are both disc 2. I've got no disc 1, so it's going. It's going. I don't really get what the 1975 about. It's maybe I'm a bit too old. So that's going. On the comedy front, Bob and Doug McKenzie, and this will upset my Canadian friends. It's a couple of comedians. I think Rick Moranis is one of them. I think. I'm not sure. The only reason I ended up with this album because I knew there was a track on it that featured Geddy Lee, and Rush are my favourite band of all time. But that's not enough to keep a record. Probably comedy record. Once you've heard them, the second time, the joke's not as funny. It is on the Anthem label, the Rush's label. Yeah, it is Mick Moranis. He's retired now, I think. There you go. So that's going. album when I listen to that I'm no longer feeling for, one of them is Steve Gibbons' band, and this is Saints and Sinners. This was released in 1981. This was the only album that they released on RCA. It's not a very good rock album. Songs aren't great on there, considering what they had released in the 70s. It's a shame. As I said, it's the only album they had on RCA. I don't think they released another album until 1989. It's a shame. Steve Gibbons is a local hero. He's a bit of a god. He's still in his 80s. He's still performing. In fact, he played Sutton a couple of years ago. So, shame about that. This one, Iron Butterfly, and this is their album, Scorching Beauty. Now, this was released. Well, the band had split up and then got back together, but I say got back together, and I think it's Eric Braun that might be behind this. He was the only member on this album that featured on the last album, Iron Butterfly album. And this is just straight 70s rock, and not very good 70s rock. When I listened to it, I just found, ooh, and sometimes you listen to it, and again, you question your sanity and thinking, why did I purchase it in the first place? So that's going. And then we got Neil Young, After the Gold Rush. I found a better copy. That's why this is going. It's simple as that. Classic album. Quite happy to let this go, and hopefully somebody new will discover the beauty of this album. I got let down by Discogs. I saw this album, Rufus Eyes by Rufus featuring Chaka Khan, and I checked my Discogs. I'm pretty sure I've got this. I typed it in, it didn't come up, so I ended up buying a copy. And lo and behold, got home. Of course, I found it. I found the other copy, and it's a great album. I'm quite happy to get rid. I don't need two of them now. So this is going. Wonderful album. I've got about 2 or 3 Rufus albums. Really good. A band that I really love, The Mission's God's Own Medicine. This came out 1986, 87. I was all over them at that period. They were my favourite band at that time. However, the problem is this pressing sounds awful. I don't know whether it's my setup, my cartridge, or it's a bad pressing. But it just sounds absolutely awful. Sometimes it just skates across. The thing is, I can't see a mark on the record. Now, whether they tried to cram too much on, this is the time of CDs would take more preference. There was a lot more music. It's about 48 minutes long, the album, and whether the pressing. So I'm going to get rid of this, make a mission for myself to get myself another copy, and see if that is the reason. Now, if you saw John's 6-inch pianist and Leeds meetup video, you'll know that I gifted him a copy of Terry Reid's The River. I'd got an original, found an original, and I didn't need to, so I was quite happy to give that to John. Now, talking of Leeds, and I mentioned about going to the shop, and I managed to buy an album which I'd already got. So this copy of AC/DC Fly on the Wall, Blow Up Your Video, is going out. So that's going out as well, and that will be donated to my local Oxfam. Fortunately, the one I purchased by error, it sounds better, so I'm happy to let this one go. So there you go. Hopefully next month there won't be as many records. If I get rid of all my crud, hopefully I'm left with some good ones. But you never know. I might listen to something where I'm not feeling it anymore. So yeah, there you go. So I hope you enjoyed enjoyed what I'm throwing out. But I hope you enjoying the video, thumbs up, thumbs down. Feel free to comment. Love the interaction. Yeah, it's going to be another Scott Hot one over this weekend. So wherever you get up to, VC, keep spinning. More importantly, keep on smiling.